How is everyone affording life? Real question. How are you guys doing it? Because my daycare costs the same as our mortgage, which is just wild to me. And I had a crash out earlier today just about how like really expensive everything really truly is. And I just don't know how you guys are doing it. So I have a corporate six-figure job. I should be able to afford life. We're not doing anything wrong. Just life is expensive. And I'm the breadwinner in my household. There's this like constant stress, like hanging over my head all the time of you got to make more to provide for your family, especially in this day and age. And it's wild because at the same time, I'm stuck in these corporate handcuffs and I am going through burnout. I don't want to continue doing this. I have like the mental load, hanging over my head. I'm trying to be a good mom, let alone like a good wife, daughter, sister, friend, which I'm failing at all of those things, I feel like. And if you have any tips or tricks of how you're getting through, we'd love to connect on them because
First thing she said was, well, not the first thing, but one of the main things I kind of honed in on is she's a breadwinner. So being a breadwinner comes with a lot of responsibility. And then she said she's also a six-figure earner. So she kind of specified, not exactly how much, but, with that comes like financial responsibility because you could earn six figures, but it doesn't matter. You could earn 200,000, 300, 400, 500,000. But if you have poor spending habits or if you get lifestyle creep, so I experienced that, like finishing school, starting to like finally make money. And then first thing you do, you want to get a car. You want to get the nicer apartment. You want to start going out more. I actually spend a lot of time going to concerts, out partying, drinking, traveling, and spending a lot of money as soon as you get access to the cash. So I think lifestyle creep isn't an issue. A lot of people don't want to address that. They just say inflation, the cost of living, of which is really high. So you have to be more particular on how you spend your money or where you allocate your time. So I think a lot of that can be prevented by just living below your means. Everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses. We got social media that's pushing everybody to buy more or travel here or wear this particular brand. So you're constantly being bombarded by advertisement and marketing, pushing you to be a consumer. And a lot of people buy into it. And don't get me wrong, I do consume, but within reason, and it took a lot of discipline to get to a point where you're not completely like derailed by spending habits. It's a lot of sacrifice, and delayed gratification is one of the key things. But what I can say for sure, childcare. I have a 2-year-old son, and childcare is ridiculous. She said childcare was the cost of her mortgage, or same price, roughly around the same price of her mortgage. So there's certain things that you can't evade. Like if you're in a situation where you don't have support and both parents are working, not everybody's fortunate enough to just have a stay-at-home mom or dad while the other is a breadwinner. Most people do have to work, in order to survive in today's time. So for her, like I can sympathize, but being a six-figure earner, especially, I mean, I guess depending on where you're located, California, New York, certain places are expensive. But for me, and like you have the opportunity to relocate, it doesn't sound practical, but like to be realistic, you have to make hard decisions sometimes. And I've actually did that myself. I relocated for a lower cost of living. It panned out for me. So I think it's up to people to really kind of hunker down and just make better decisions and be willing to delay gratification, for your future. Into we have another video just basically on the same subject matter. So just struggling. People are having a hard time out here.
People really don't talk about this, but you don't really understand struggle until you're getting ready to go out with your friends for a night out. You look at your bank account, you got like $42 in there, which if you know how to make it stretch, you can do something with that on that night, okay? So then you go to the establishment, you go in the bathroom to privately check your bank account because God forbid you have to darken your screen next to a friend to check how much money you don't have in your account because that's so depressing. All of a sudden, somehow you only have like $16 left because some bill, they have taken out the money and you didn't even know about this bill. So now you don't have any money. You don't get paid until next week.
I can definitely relate. I remember a time just being paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes you're maybe shouldn't be out, but forget it. Like it's like you're at the point where it's like, dude, life is already hard enough, and honestly, that mentality screws you over. You see, like, and a lot of my coworkers were doing the same thing. When Friday comes, you broke by Saturday. So you're going out spending that money, and all it takes is that one bill to come through. It's like, and the funny thing about it is like, he knows he has bills. Like, you could do better at tracking your bills, but I think when you're in financial ruins, the last thing you want to do is check your bank account. Last thing you want to do is open mail that have bills. So I think you're trying to be elusive as possible. You know, you want to evade that responsibility. But it's funny though. I can definitely relate to some transactions coming through and screwing up your plans.
And the entire night is ruined. And I thank God that I have been delivered from that lifestyle. But nobody really talks about how depressing that is in one's life.
How much debt do you have? Because by the age of 21, I had already racked up $35,000 in debt. 10K of that being, baby, credit cards and loans. Literally, don't ask me how, girl. Like, when I was in my early 20s, girl, I was struggling. Like, I graduated.
She said something that I think related to the first video. She mentioned, how's everybody affording it? And that's exactly it. Debt, credit card debt, personal loans, student loans, you name it, auto loans, mortgage. I think that's good debt to have. If you build equity, you know, you got a line of credit that you could always have for security. So I think mortgage debt is a little different. There's such thing as good debt and bad debt, but most people are leveraged to their eyes in debt. Like, you look at a credit card, most of these credit card interest fees are anywhere from, like, say 10% to all the way up to 26, 30% for some. So it's like a lot of people are carrying over credit card debt month to month, accumulating that. Like, there's not too many assets that you could even get a 26% return annually. So if you carry like high interest debt like that, credit card debt, then it's in your best interest to pay that debt off. But we live in a society where we have Klarnas, we have the buy now, pay later. There's a couple of other ones not coming to mind, but basically you're able to, it's even so bad that I think you can even do like Klarna on like a $5 meal. You know, so you got people Klarnering. Like, it's not funny, but it is funny because it's like we've gotten a society where just debt is everything. And I had a period of time where I think when it first came out, I was like, oh, this is cool. But then psychologically, you see those small payments, and before you notice, it's like you look at your Klarna list, and you got a bunch of buys, and then it's like you've spent a couple $1,000s. And I think that's how they get you. But it's really sad. So debt is a lot of the reason that people are surviving. So don't believe everything you see on social media. Everybody's not doing well.
During 2020, girl, like, I was stupid, right? I have worked my past 2 years, so I'm 23 now. I have worked my butt off in paying my loans down. I now have no loans. I have no credit cards. My car is almost paid off, and I have just been dumping money at it. But then I get online and I realize, like, a lot of people do not realize how bad their debt really is. America, we really live in like a debt-focused society. And I'm not saying like you're never going to have debt. Like, debt is always going to be there. But be smart with how you're paying off your debt, and also pay attention to like your interest rates. Like, if the loan has an interest rate of like 20%, you need to be paying that off like as soon as you can, or like not carrying a balance on those cards. But if it's like a car payment, girl, they should not be trying to make you have a 15%, 12% interest rate, girl. Like, no, do not just be paying attention to your car payment. Like, yeah, it's $300 now, but girl, you're paying $60,000 for a $25,000 car. Like, what is wrong with America? Why do they do this to us? How much debt do you have?
She hit some key points. I think that a lot of people don't realize it. And I think that's a lack of financial literacy. You just look at, all right, I got a $500, $600 payment, and I got a nice car, nicely used car. And then you're not really even focused on the fact that it may be actual $30,000 price tag, but you're paying $45,000 for that car over a 72-month period. So a lot of times it's like really understanding numbers. And I think early on, I finance all my cars. But I think there's a couple of times that I got taken advantage of, because not even knowing how or what to do, going in there buying, you want the car so bad that you're just willing to take whatever. But it's honestly like, focus on building your credit. You come in there and don't put yourself in a position where you're over leveraging yourself. So I think it's better to just focus on slowly building an emergency fund, investing assets, and then from there, you know, all that stuff that doesn't matter, the material stuff can wait later. I think nothing is more important or valuable than freedom of time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. All right. See you guys later.